Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Ellis County Commission meeting, August the 18th. If we could please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, Bobby, if you could call roll, please.
Commissioner Nathan Liker,
Here.
Chair Neil Younger,
Present.
Commissioner Michael Burgess.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Okay. Order of business. Should be no changes. Everybody have a chance to look at the prior minutes from August 11th?
Yes, prior minutes look good.
Okay. How about the consent agenda?
I will move to approve consent agenda items A through G.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Anyone from the audience? Nope. Okay, the monthly departmental report. Any questions on that or concerns?
Just a couple of comments. I see our jail is we're actually down. We're not at full capacity, which is a good thing. And our EMS is still averaging over 10 runs per day. So it's something, they're still running pretty heavy.
And on a timely
Mm-hmm.
manner. So that's good. The landfill winter operations, Justin.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
Justin Craig, Environmental Services Director. So for you today, just a little more discussion on proposing to change the operating hours at the Ellis County landfill. What staff is proposing right now would just be to, change the Saturday hours of operations from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., change that back to 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. to match our opening times during the week. Then also proposing winter hours, basically after fall cleanup in November through February, that traffic on the weekends and even during the week slows down quite a bit just after that cleanup. Our winter hours would be 8 a.m. to noon should you change the opening times. If not, it would be 9 to 1, depending on which way you decide on that. Kind of took closing on Saturdays just in the interest of providing the service, took that off the table. So stand for any questions.
So currently we are open 8 to 3 during the week. Is that?
Well, 8 to 5 during the week. We
Okay.
open at 8. Just looking through the numbers, the vast majority of trash typically comes in early in the morning. Sometimes we let them in early, so between 8 and 10 is usually our highest loads. There are some days where some loads come in that are bigger during the afternoon. Just the nature of it. The vast majority of over the waste comes in the morning.
Okay.
Anything, Michael?
Well, I'm glad you took the Saturday, not being open on Saturdays off, but just the feedback I got was pretty consistent that some Saturday hours at least is wanted. I guess I feel like half days through November, that's kind of what I was pulling up. I wanted to see when the fall cleanup is. It's October 19th this year, so if we went to half days on Saturdays, it would be in November, which would be after this. And I do tend to believe, especially that month afterwards, I'm sure it slows down because that's when everybody I do it too. You throw everything out in the alley, it all gets cleaned up, and you don't need necessarily. That's the whole idea behind it, is you take advantage of that so you don't have to go out and dispose of it yourself. So I can imagine that does slow it down. So I think that fits going half days. So I guess I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Mhm.
I guess I'd keep it 8, just to be consistent, just 8 to noon if we're gonna do that. That way it stays at 8 o'clock operating hours in the morning.
I like that too, because everybody's used to that.
Yeah.
At 8.
You know, if it's 8 o'clock during the week and then all of a sudden it's 9 o'clock on Saturday, I don't.
And I guess that's a trial thing. We'll try it and see what next year brings too. If people wanted it 9 to 1, if somebody's working till noon, that gives them an hour to get out there.
Justin, is this coming from a way to kind of streamline and make things run more efficient up there?
Yeah, I believe so. It's a lot of the Saturday time. It's a lot of downtime. I mean, there's only so much they can do out there when they're by themselves, whether it's compacting or pushing up C&D.
Okay.
Be better spent. It won't really affect their schedule too much. Now, if they work the full day Saturday, they leave at 3 days during the week. So those 3 hours they can use on Saturday, they can just add on to their schedule during the week, allowing it to, it'll flow much nicer out there.
Okay. So, and we're covered and it doesn't make too much difference on our scheduling then?
Yeah.
Would it make any difference to go from 8 to 1? Just extend it past the noon hour a little bit, and then your hours you're trading as far as during the week is a little bit less.
Yeah, one of them would have to leave early 1 hour, one day. So,
Can that be worked out?
yeah, we can.
Okay.
I mean, I'm good if they. So is the 8 to the 3 p.m. is that kind of just a recommendation from staff that's when everything pretty much quits and drops off, or is it something that we need to go, okay, they're willing to give some, but they would prefer say a noon or a 1 o'clock?
Well, currently we're open 9 to 4.
Right.
So the afternoons is when it dies down quite a bit. So they'd prefer to have, if they know if the public knows we're only open till noon, that's when they're gonna bring the trash and they'll stay busy that 4 hours. Cutting the 3 hours off just works smoothly with adding that to their days throughout the week.
Okay.
I don't think they'll have an issue either way. It's just every other weekend for them, but.
Okay.
Just for the flow, it made sense to cut it back to either noon or 1, depending on when the opening hours were decided.
Well, gentlemen, I'm good with kind of proceeding either way, but I guess if you see a dramatic decrease after the noon, maybe we just revisit it and make it a standard 8 to noon. And keep it consistent throughout the year as an 8 to noon on Saturday.
Yeah, currently, should these changes be approved, it would still remain 8 to 3 throughout the year. Like during the summer months, construction months, it would stay 8 to 3. Well,
Right.
It would move from 9 to 4 back to 8 to 3 to match our opening times during the week. And then after cleanup through February, it would be the only time it would be 8 to noon, which that's
Okay.
when the traffic is slower.
So that's Saturday,
sense.
8 to noon, and then after noon, is it pretty well dies off?
Yeah, like I
Okay,
said, there
like
are
right
some
now.
days where people will bring in
Okay.
some loads, but
That's probably the way to go then, and try that. Work off of that.
So, so we want this in 2 separate motions, and is that how,
Yeah,
if that's how it's
so we could-
presented, is that how?
yeah, I was speaking with Mr. Gier. We felt that was the best way to
Okay.
do that.
Well, I'll move to approve the adjustment of Saturday hours of operation to 8 to 3 p.m. at the Ellis County landfill effective October 1st, 2026.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion approved.
Okay. I'll also move to approve annual winter hours of operation on Saturdays only of 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. from the first Saturday in November through the last Saturday in February at the Ellis County landfill effective October 1st, 2026.
Okay, I'll second that. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion approved.
Okay.
Thanks,
All right,
Justin.
thank you.
Thank you, Justin.
Okay, the 2027 budget presentation, Mr. Darren.
Morning, Commissioners. Darren Myers, County Administrator. One of the final steps to the 2027 budget process is for the commission to approve the publication of the budgets for the general fund and the fire district. Both of those budget summary sheets are attached within the agenda, and they've also been passed on to the county clerk to get them to the Hayes Daily News to be published, I believe was the 22nd? Next week, Wednesday, if the commission does approve, without any changes, of course. At this point, it doesn't necessarily lock us into the budget. This isn't approving the budget. What it does is it sets the cap. So if for any reason, any changes were to be made between now and the September 8th revenue neutral rate hearing and budget hearing, the commission could not add anything without cutting something else. We cannot cap that dollar amount. But the commission can always still continue to reduce the budget, which has kind of been the focus this year. So with that, we're just looking that the commission make the motion to approve the publication of the documents for the county clerk to do so.
I'll move to allow the county clerk to publish the 2027 Ellis County General Fund and Fire District budgets in preparation of September 8th budget hearings.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Okay, Darren, anything on the administrator report?
No, but just one quick question just to think of, maybe at the September 1st commission meeting or in between, I'll reach out to the commissioners as well, but just start thinking about possibly a discussion in late September, early October for a next work session. Just to bring that up, and any topics, I'll get those sent out to the commission as well so we can narrow down what you may want to discuss or if you have any future topics. That's all I got.
Okay,
I
thank
think
you.
we'll have to start over with some of the topics we didn't get to the last time.
Yeah, I've been trying to keep a running list for you.
Okay, county commission reports? Anything, commissioners?
Yeah, so this afternoon, I'll be attending our second access transportation task force meeting. We're working out a plan. The plan is to have something in place going forward by mid-October. So that is our tentative goal, is to get some decisions made here very quick. So we're still working that out. And then I received a call yesterday about South Canterbury going down towards from HRC south towards the railroad or towards Old 40. I think we probably need to have that placed on our work session, do a little more discussion on that. There's going to be possibly increased foot traffic with the busing changes that are going to start taking effect this year. So we need to get active on that and start looking at some things and possibly involve the school district and the city to work out something going forward. So we need to put that on our work session and do a little more diving and get our information put together for that.
Michael?
Yeah, attended, last week I wasn't here in a meeting. It was for work, but it was the Keys Conference, Kansas Young Entrepreneurs, but it's put on by the Department of Commerce, Kansas Department of Commerce and Network Kansas. So it kind of has some crossover with some of the things we talk about here in the commission meeting as far as economic growth and those kind of things. So it's an interesting conference, again, put on by Department of Commerce. And then I attended Hayes City Commission last week where they did approve several RHIDs. And again, just further from their standpoint, any questions brought up to me about what the RHIDs are and how they're used and benefits and negatives of those things, and I can continue to kind of weigh those incentives. That's all I got.
Okay, thank you. I guess the only thing I done was went to the Fort Hayes Athletic banquet. So, and that went fairly well. There was quite a few people there. And again, like Commissioner Liker said, just be careful out there with the busing thing. The kids are out and they're going from point A to point B. So be very careful. I know I've seen a couple of them out there, and it's just not a good thing. I know it's like we talked about a bicycle, but the scooter goes and they go fast. And the kids are just going. So, that's all I have. And I guess the next meeting is September the 1st. So meeting adjourned at 8:46.